Hello to everybody. In this session, we are going to know more about the U-craft, a new method of flying. We are living in 21st century, which we can be truly called as space age. Transportation revolutionized in the every sector. We have surface transportation, water, air, and outer space transportation. Each has their own limitations. Limitation of surface transportation: huge investment required for infrastructure like laying roads and maintenance. Low to moderate speed, huge traffic congestion leading to delay in time and accidents. Demolition of buildings and trees for laying and expansion of roads. And these are the limitations of surface transportation. Now we will see the limitation of waterways transportation. Safety is less when the climate is harsh and not suitable. Low speed compared to airways and hence higher time travel. Only possible when water is present. Not reachable to doorstep of customers like that of surface transportation. Next comes about the limitation of airways transportation. Huge infrastructure required to build aerodromes and helipad. High speed can be achieved by needs runways for landing and takeoff. It is the fastest mode of transportation and thus it is the most suitable means. Even time is an important factor. Minimum speed should be always be maintained to keep in air. It requires atmosphere. It needs runway for takeoff and landing. It cannot fly in low altitudes. Even if it does, it requires huge space. Due to large rotors, such as helicopters may also face a failure of blades due to colliding with objects due to narrow space in lower altitudes. It contains exposed rotor blades, which if it comes in contact with the birds, it will lead to failure. High cost of maintenance. It is a costless means of transport. Its carrying capacity is very small and hence it is not suitable to carry cheap and bulky goods. Air transport is uncertain and unreliable as it is controlled to a great extent by weather conditions. Unfavorable weather such as fog, snow, or heavy rain may cause cancellation of scheduled flights and suspension of air services. Chances of breakdown accidents are high as compared to other modes of transportation. Air transport requires a specialized skill and high degree of training for its operation. Air transport is unsuitable for carrying cheap, bulky, and heavy goods because of its limited capacity and high cost. These are the limitations of airways transportation. Next comes about the limitation of space transportation, outer space transportation. Very less control over maneuvering the direction of spaceships. High cost of fuel. Oxygen needs to be carried for combustion of large volume of gases. Low safety due to high volume of gases converted to fire, which sometimes may blast the rocket spaceship itself. Not suited for smooth landing on planets on other planets. Only capsules are made to drop on oceans and seas. So we need a new mode of transportation. Our future needs of transportations are that it is transportation evolved a lot from since prehistoric times to moderate rocket age. But still we are facing incomplete transportation, each mode having its own limitations and drawbacks. Hence, need arises to new mode of transportation which can include the benefits of all modes of transportation, including overcoming the traffic congestion faced by modern computers to convenient space travel. The future is automation and artificial intelligence. Hence, any kind of future transportation will include some sort of automation and artificial intelligence as important features. Therefore, some features of future transportation are new mode of transportation flying one above the other in layers at low altitudes. Traffic congestion less and safest mode of transportation. Anti-collision features to avoid accidents. Automation and artificial intelligence to make it driverless. Central GPS guided with local based control. Teleportation. Last one is teleportation. That is very distant dream. I mean, immediately we cannot attain this teleportation. So the humans are next comes about the human in future needs of transportation. Let us give in elaborated way. Humans are reaching up to the true potential each passing day, and we can say that we may be one of the fastest advancing civilization in the universe. Yes, we need transportation to meet the high level of advancement and make whole universe within our reach. In order to do that, we need more than current transportations. Current transportations are mopeds, bikes, vans, and buses, and lorries flying on the roads, ships and boats paddling on water, aeroplane, helicopter flying in the air, and rockets reaching the outer space. Many dream their own fantasies of future transportation. One of the dreams is to combine all these existing modes into single one. We can say that one vehicle should be ready to transport all these mediums, and hence making transportation universal. Hence, future transportation need to be universal, which should enable us to fly across all boundaries, including outer space, to land on another planet. Since this is the age of space, there is every possibility that humans will make way in this century to habitat other planets across galaxies. Hence, interplanetary travel is inevitable. Hence, the new kind of transportation which can facilitate this should be needed at the R. We can use nuclear powered steam driven turbine because steam can be recycled and recirculated, and few grams of nuclear fuel can supply energy for many years. This will enable humans to plan for more distant places across the galaxies. This is possible only when we need only rotary motion. This is rotary centrifugal forces. Rotary motion causing centrifugal forces, so that this can be utilized for both power sources as well as for the maneuvering the vehicle and moving the vehicle, powering the vehicle. Another area of interesting is automation and artificial intelligence. The future transportation should take this into consideration. Future surely belongs to it. Hence, broader study and applications needed in future in the area of transportation, which will make travel safer and faster without giving chance for any kind of accidents or collisions, causing loss of life and property. The current trend we are witnessing is GPS aided transportation. In future, we can think of global GPS guided and local automatic control integrated with artificial intelligence. These two features will be incorporated in every vehicle. In other words, GPS helps to plan the shortest distance between the vehicle, starting place to final destination. Other equipment such as in the vehicles will help to control locally. The vehicle will have all the automatic control features integrated with artificial intelligence to take appropriate decisions in case of any emergencies locally. Hence, in short, we can put that future transportation as global GPS guided with local automatic control integrated with artificial intelligence. This will make safe mode of transportation. The vehicles will speak among themselves in the language of machines as per various pre-established protocols and take appropriate decisions as per programmed artificial intelligence with minimum human interference. That is, software is included in every vehicle. Machines will talk themselves and decide what to do. We have to include recorders in the new mode of transport flying vehicle, U-craft. We should record each machine-to-machine interactions, as each machine will have a unique SIM card for self-identity from others, much similar to computer-internet interactions using IP addresses. You should also record decisions and other vehicle parameters of vehicle which has taken place during its journey, so that it can be helpful at later stage to trace out any kind of untoward incidents, accidents or crimes. In order to meet above criteria, a new mode of transportation is proposed, and the transportation vehicle is named as universal craft, or shortly named as U-craft, because it is universal in application. Invention U-craft is related to new kind of lifting and flying method which uses primary direction. Here it is horizontal. That is, centrifugal forces of rotating masses converted to unequal opposing linear forces in the direction orthogonal, here vertical, so to primary direction, horizontal, by special arrangement of mechanism called here as central centrifugal lift and flying mechanism, which gives lift against gravity and flies. Instead of using conventional dynamic or static air forces to fly, to carry the passengers and goods from one place to another. So this is the basic idea of U-craft. So object of new invention is U-craft is to overcome the said drawbacks of existing methods of transportation and meet all its necessary needs. First priority is to make traffic congestion free. This is done by making the transportation possible by one vehicle flying above the other at low altitudes. This is possible by U-craft because U-craft does not create any kind of disturbing differential air pressure columns on any side, above or below. So it can fly one above the other at low altitudes, as it uses only centrifugal forces of rotating masses fitted in the centrifugal lift and flying mechanism. Also, it does not have huge rotor blades and occupies less volume space, which makes it suitable within the cities. Since space above is unlimited, we can form different layers one above the other to fly in space at low altitudes, which means transportation made possible with less congestion. So it facilitates intercity transportation. Just like two-wheelers, four-wheelers and other modes of transportation, we can build different model of U-craft by keeping inner working mechanism same. It can be as small as a single-seated and as big as cascading, as big as many by cascading central centrifugal lift and flying mechanism in series. This central centrifugal lift and flying mechanism works even in vacuum too. Hence, it can pave way for deep outer space transportation, exploration as well. As few grams of nuclear fuel can supply heat energy for many years, and steam used as a working fluid in steam turbine, which can be continuously recycled and recirculated for many years by extracting rotary motion in every cycle. This rotary motion is used for power generation as well as for the maneuvering the vehicle. Potentially, it means we can stay in space for many years with all its available energy demands, because it can generate continuous electric power for survival along with propulsion and maneuvering facilities using the same central centrifugal lift and flying mechanism, which works at high speeds. Since U-craft works on centrifugal forces of rotating masses, it is capable of soft land on other planets. where it lacks atmosphere. It may be also be safest transportation as it does not entirely depend on highly combustible and explosive fuels like rockets. Hence, it is going to be one of the most versatile and universal mode of transportation. Hence, it is named as universal craft, briefly written as U-craft. It is also highly suitable for automated self-driving technology using wireless computer network and machine language technologies, where it can talk to each other and decide its right course of action themselves without or with little minimum human interaction when it is on motion. It will be also highly useful during natural calamities as it can take off and land vertically without any huge rotor blades possessing hurdles. It can also be useful in hill and desert areas where there are no proper transportation and many other disadvantages such as and also many other advantages such as wheelless transportation made possible. So what is the principle of U-craft principle is this new method of relates to flying using forces called centrifugal forces made to or constrained to linear forces. That is, centrifugal forces is constrained to linear force. This will be achieved by attaching a fly balls of designed weight at the ends of lever as shown in the figure and made to rotate. Due to centrifugal forces m omega square r, the weight masses try to fly out. Which if constrained, it will make force in required direction. Single centrifugal force divided into two unequal forces to each other by making the object move in the direction of larger force. This is achieved by keeping the higher angle of inclination at the top and lower angle of inclination at the bottom of the centrifugal lift and flying mechanism. The magnitude of this centrifugal force can be kept constant or can be varied by changing any of its variables: mass, angular velocity, and radius of rotation. As we know, the direction of the centrifugal force is ever changing. To make it unidirectional, we will constrain all the degrees of freedom except in one direction, where we need it. So U-craft is a new kind of lifting and lift against gravity and flying methods, using only directional centrifugal forces of rotating masses by constraining in desired direction. This is made possible by fitting central centrifugal lift and flying mechanism. This new central centrifugal lift and flying mechanism is in the shape of kite. Helps to divide the primary direction centrifugal forces into two unequal opposing forces R1 and R2 in the direction orthogonal to primary direction, whose difference R is equal to R1 minus R2. When it exceeds the self weight of the U-craft, it gives lift against the gravity. Advantages of new method of flying called U-craft means doesn't need tires, wheels, and shock absorbing systems. It simplifies construction and reduces weight. Vehicle traffic can be made on different layers or strata, one above the other in space, thereby reducing traffic. It can take on anything land, water, air, sky. It can fly anywhere. It can be highly useful for mountain and villages where road is not properly laid. It doesn't depend upon the condition of the road. Since the force is directly proportional to the square of the angular velocity, small increase in speed may multiple the force developed and can travel at extremely high velocities. Nuclear powered steam driven U-craft or any other similar types are fit to move on anywhere from land, water, air to outer space. Hence, it is going to be one of the most versatile mode of transportation. In this session, we are concluding this session. To know more about this U-craft, you can buy the book U-craft, the Future Transportation. And second session, we will study about the origin of U-craft, how I got this idea about the U-craft. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Bye.